Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies, where last episode we brought Means the testimony stand, another person who seems to have had time to go and do the crime, or at least put the body where it's supposed to be. With that, though, he's claiming that Juniper was blackmailing him, basically forcing him to A, defend him, get everyone innocent, and more, as an accomplice to the crime due to the overdubbing of the tape. We've pressed 4 of his 5 statements at this point in time, so I feel like I should press this last one, but in looking over the evidence, I think this statement is actually it between episodes, because this statement very much conflicts something else that he's done. But when I said I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's the humane thing to do. Do you know what? I don't even think I need to press it, because it's this statement. He said he would protect Juniper because it's the humane thing to do. Well, alongside with that, if you just scan the evidence again, especially around that period of time, if my thing would stop scrolling to the wrong bits, the tape recorder is identified as a fake. Professor Means used Hugh to pass it on to the police. Now, you're protecting Juniper because it's the humane thing to do, but you've instantly backstabbed her using the tape itself that nullifies your alibi? That's stupid. That's not protection. That's not what you said.
Objection!
I'm pretty sure this is this. So let me get this straight. You were trying to help Miss Woods? Ha! That's nothing more than a bold-faced lie. No offense, Your Honor.
Such defamation of my character and your hair follicles, Your Honor, is an outrage. Miss Cykes will clarify her statement, but leave my hair follicles out of it this time.
You'd never bold face. Yes, of course, Your Honor. Now, please take a look at this. The witness gave this tape to Mr. O'Connor. Then he slyly whispered, "Take this to the police and tell them you found it."
There was no whispering, slyly or otherwise involved. I simply did that out of kindness.
Objection!
Kindness? The tape contained our client's voice. In short, is incredibly damaging evidence. Why would it even exist if the witness wasn't planning to try to pin the murder on our client? They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Not yours. You never had good intentions. Only lies to protect yourself with while blaming another. You, Professor, are the embodiment of the dark age of the law.
Yeah, you would object. Why, you dare call my teachings and methods lies?
Wah! He looks like a cracking statue himself, like his facade is cracking.
Femis Legal Academy is a proud institution. It's the most powerful in the world. You'll never forget what true education and lawyering means once I'm through with you.
Huh? Pref Means? What's with your hair?
Quiet! No talking in class.
Whoa! Ow! Homeroom October 26th. Okay.
Eyes and ears up here, everyone. Homeroom is now in session. We will begin with roll call. Athena Cykes.
Huh? Here?
Apollo Justice.
I'm fine. I mean, here.
Fool! The proper response is here without any extraneous information.
Ouch! I mean, here.
Next, Your Honor. Here. C-class, that's the proper way to answer. Simon Blackquill. I said Simon Blackquill! Are you here or not?
There's always one, isn't there?
Well then, I'll just mark you absent. Now get out of my class this instant.
Get out? Very well, if that is your wish. Who am I to defy my homeroom teacher?
Is that such a good idea? Prosecutor Blackwell is free of his shackles.
It just so happens I was a member of my high school's disciplinarian committee. But is that really so shocking?
Constabulary lapdog to teacher's pet. What a malleable much you are, Fulbright. Very good, Bobby. You just earned a gold star and a promotion to head disciplinarian. All right. Class is now in session.
Why do I have the sudden urge to go to the nurse's office with a stomachache? Okay. Main point. Juniper is the killer. I am innocent. Okay. Okay.
Pay attention. I am not the killer. Juniper is. This will be on the next test, so you had better be listening.
Objection!
But Professor, you created the phony tape to pin the blame on Juniper. Plus, you were the only one who could have moved the body during the mock trial. Please note, I was not at school.
Athena, you disappoint me so. To think you would label me a murderer. Now pay attention. The murder occurred on the 23rd between 6 and 8 p.m. But I was already at home by that time, so how could I be involved in a crime?
Objection!
Prof Means, can you really prove you had already gone home by that time?
Can you prove that I was still at school?
No. No I can't.
So you admit it? Well, you just earned extra credit for your honesty. But you have also earned yourself lavatory cleaning duties until you graduate.
Ah! I knew enough of that at the office. No way, man! I totally object! Robin? I can't believe I fell for the Professor's silver-tongued lies.
Why you? How dare you talk about your teacher like that?
I'm not listening to you anymore, man! No way! No how! Now, I have a confession to make. You know those two statues that were on stage? I didn't make them all by myself! The statues on stage? So I want to know where this is headed. I was able to finish one of them, but the last bell rang before I had time for the other one. So, I asked Prof Means to make it for me. In other words, the Professor was there on the stage after the last bell? Right, and it would have been way past 7 PM before we could have finished.
Prof Means was still at school? This is an incredibly important testimony.
Not only that, Judge, it places him in the art room. The Professor told me. I'll take care of it. I thought my parents would let me be an artist if I said I made both statues myself. Oh, I'm so sorry for not telling the truth! Robin.
Quick, somebody get this juvenile delinquent out of my sight. Simon, you're head honcho among the delinquents. Do something. Ah! And who's in charge of the class pet around here?
Not interested. But if you want a class in swordsmanship, I'm your man.
Of course.
Only real blades will do.
No swords at school. All weapons will be confiscated. Ah! Nurse! Nurse! Where's the school nurse where you need one?
It would seem Cykes seeks a showdown, Professor. In which case, you would do well to draw your staff, quick as lightning.
Very well. Then I will just have to prove my innocence myself. The real lessons begin in second period. Prepare to be served old school style.
No pets allowed, eh?
What is that? Oh, never mind. Your testimony, please.
Prof Means his work of art.
Now pay attention. Robin took over half a day to complete one statue. I, however, finished most of the other statue between 7 and 8:30 p.m. The defendant Juniper saw the true statues with her own eyes at 8:30 p.m. Completing a statue so quickly meant I could not leave the stage for a single second. How could I have possibly had the time to go to the art room and commit murder? You're saying the defendant saw the finished statues? Precisely. She said so herself at the detention center yesterday. Her defense team was there and heard her say so too. Don't try to deny it now.
That evening, I went back to my dressing room to get something I'd forgotten there. It was well after the last bell rang. I'd say maybe around 8:30. Last one I noticed that both stage statues were finished. They were quite large and they were each covered with a white sheet, but I could tell. White sheet, covered, didn't see the statues. Alright, the professor was there when that matter came up. Before I address the professor's charges, I have a question for Robin. How hard would it be to complete a statue like that in 1.5 hours? It would probably take me at least twice as longer. So personally, I think it would be incredibly difficult to finish in that short a time. That didn't exactly help our case. But he won't get off that easy. He's bound to stumble over his own slippery means.
Right, time to press. The prof means works of art. Now, not sure I saw a super statement in this, so now pay attention. Robin took over half a day to complete one statue, which she's kind of just said.
Miss Newman took over half a day? I feel this is useless. Can you please be a little more precise than that?
What a wonderful question. She was having quite a tough time, you see. Prosecutor Gavin's statue alone took her from the morning hours into the evening. Well, it is a rather large statue after all. Don't be silly. It merely exposes the difference between student and teacher.
You're not an artist, though.
I, however, finished most of the upper statue between 7 and 8:30 p.m. I'm just gonna say, like, out of the middle of that, I'm not trying to present anything. I mean, that places it in most of the time of death. In the art room. That's kind of squeezing out the murder. A little bit.
Most of the other statue? What exactly does that mean?
Robin created the basic outline of Mr. Wright's statue before the last bell rang. I, in turn, completed the rest of it.
I see. In academics as well as art, learning the basics is incredibly important. In short, you skipped the most important part of statue making, didn't you?
Why, you insolent little... It is the practical applications built upon the basics that take so much time. Professors such as I mastered the basics a long time ago. Unlike Miss Fancy Pants here, who lacks all loyalty fundamentals.
Oh, quiet, you!
Now, do you understand? I did not leave that stage until I was done. Well, Miss Cykes, do you accept the witness's claim?
I don't know. Why were you making the statue on the stage? I guess? I've tried everything, but I still can't prove anything. I guess I concede. What?
I couldn't hear you. Say it loud this time. What?
I just accepted the statement to thinking I'd be able to move on to press other statements? Why is this gone problematic? Huh?
I couldn't hear you. Say it louder this time.
I concede that Prof Means never left the stage.
That's right. What took you so long? I was there at the stage the entire time. I couldn't possibly have committed that crime.
I'm not going to give up here.
I'm afraid I have to side with the witness, Miss Cykes. And unless you have any further objections, I'll have to put this issue to rest.
Objection!
Okay. Not yet. The defense still has an objection. Athena, you thought of something? Well, as I said, not yet.
Oh, so it's time for legal smoke and mirrors.
Not yet, Athena. It's not yet time to quit. It's at times like these when it seems like there's no way out that you have to... Yeah, I have to turn the case upside down. Oh, okay. Fine. Instead of focusing on whatever Professor Means could have gone to the art room, or wherever he could have, I should focus on how he could commit the murder without going there.
It seems our young lady has a little bona fide idea. I must use any means possible to distract her. See if she can think while I cast these stones. Ah! Who brought the bird to school? Cykes, Stono. If I hear one word of your usual jibber-jabber, I shall have your head. The murder occurred in the art room, yet the witness was on the stage. How do you propose to fill the vast gap between these two key facts?
If I accept the premise that the professor was on the stage the entire time, the only other answer is that we got something else wrong. Wait, that's it! Every last one of us made a huge mistake. We were totally wrong about the crime scene. So what we're then saying is the crime scene was the stage. The body was moved to the art room where it continued to bleed out. Which means the banners went up. Okay, this is interesting. And then moved back down again. If Prof Means was on the stage the entire time, then he must be the killer.
Ridiculous! The defense has become utterly incoherent.
Objection!
No, it's just the murder wasn't committed where we thought it was.
Continue, Cykes, Stono.
Okay, the murder was actually committed here. It'll be the stage.
Take that!
The greatest riddle of this case has been how the body was moved from the art room. But if the murder occurred on the stage, that means the body was never moved at all. But how'd the blood get there?
The murder occurred in the art room. Silly girl. When the body was found, there wasn't a drop of blood on the stage floor. Blood of drop, you know. Surely there would have been some blood if that's where the murder was committed.
There wasn't any blood on the stage. Really? But there was something on stage at the time of the murder that's now bloodstained.
Okay, the
school banner.
Take that!
It's true, there were no bloodstains on the stage floor. But there was something on the stage that did have a bloodstain. And that would be this school banner. No blood would have got on the floor if this were under the victim when she was killed.
Oh my! That's quite a compelling theory. Silence.
Why are you attacking me? What's it now? My theory makes perfect sense.
That was a pathetic attempt. You must put every inch of your body into your attacks. The autopsy states the cause of death was loss of blood. Yet only a trace amount was found upon that banner. Where did the rest go? Blood getting on there when the body was moved by wire. Makes more sense than not. Ha 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 ha! Very good, Simon. Tell me, what's your first choice for higher education? I'll write you the ultimate in recommendation letters. You're all but guaranteed to get in
Jail. He's currently in jail. Actually, the defense has something to explain that as well.
You too?
If there was only a trace amount of blood on the school banner, then there must have been something else the killer used to soak up the blood. All I have to do is figure out what. This is what soaked up most of the victim's blood. Well, if one was used for transport, we know the others been destroyed. It's cloth.
Take that!
Why? It looks like there's some other piece of fabric on top of the school banner.
It's the governor's banner that had been specifically or specially made for the school concert. Since it's on top of the school banner, the blood would have hit it first. It could have easily absorbed most of the blood like a dishcloth. And only a small amount would have soaked through to the school banner below. So, it makes total sense for the school banner to only have a little blood on it.
So that banner absorbed the blood like a dishcloth. Yes, that would explain it.
It was heavy fabric. The governor's banner was like a dishcloth. Surely it was at least towel quality. That was a very specific thing told us.
Simon, don't just stand there. Do something. Silence. Cykes, Stono, you are learning to wield a blade quite well. But how will you respond when I come slashing at you like this? The remnant of a large bloodstain was detected in the art room. But why would there be blood there if the murder occurred on the stage as you claim?
Objection!
The blood stain in the art room was faked. How? I'll tell you how. All that was needed was something that could transport the blood upstairs. And that something was a piece of evidence we just finished discussing. The killer used this to bring the victim's blood up to the art room. Essentially, it is the thing itself. I'd have to present this, wouldn't I? Basically, the cloth goes up, you put it on the floor, that's blood on the floor, done, right?
Take that!
To think you stooped so low as to present mere garbage to this court.
It's only garbage because someone tried to destroy it by tossing it in the incinerator. That someone was most likely the killer seeking to get rid of crucial evidence. The killer used the wire to bring the blood-soaked Governor's banner to the art room. Then the blood was wiped onto the floor to complete the ruse. It makes perfect sense.
Gah! Wah! Get hit. Order! Order! It is quite a development. I think the body was never actually moved. Hold it right there. The body must have been moved. How else do you explain that loud crash you heard during the mock trial? If it wasn't caused by the body crashing onto the statues, then what was it?
I hadn't thought of that. If that loud crash wasn't the body hitting statues, then what was it indeed? The knot in the school banner shows that something was carried along the wire in it. So if that's true, I know what I have to find. Something that was in the art room before the murder and then on the stage after. The object that was sent down the wire to crash into the statues was... Easy, easy. If I can just get to there. The Lady Justice was found broken on stage. First Court had remade it into a completely different looking statue the day before the mock trial. On top of that, we know the winch was attached to it at some point in time, at least by photo.
Take that!
Ah! That statue!
Yes, I believe it was this statue that broke the other two, not Prof Court's body. The unique statue you see on the right, that's the pure white Lady Justice from earlier. Prof Court accidentally broke it while she was polishing it the day before the mock trial. But she used her own unique artistic sense and technique to repair it, as you see. Nobody would have guessed that it was originally Lady Justice.
Silence. Perhaps you're onto something. But why, pray tell, would anyone move that scrap-heap relic in such a tedious manner? Excellent question, Simon. Keep them coming.
You know why, but the fact that you won't acknowledge it shows how twisted you are. Lady Justice was moved during the mock trial. During that time, Prof Means was fabricating an alibi with his pre-recorded speech. If we consider the facts, then Lady Justice was moved in order to... well, hide the body, point us to the body, interrupt the mock trial, to get witnesses. Prof Means used his pre-recorded speech to fake an alibi during the mock trial. He wanted to make it look like he couldn't possibly have moved the body. Moving Lady Justice was his way of pointing us to the body and cementing his alibi.
Ah! That's quite a persuasive argument. For a while there, I thought you weren't taking the trial seriously. Well done!
Okay then. Come on.
You should never underestimate me, Athena Cykes. Prof Means always means what he says and says what he means by all means.
Fine then. Say it already. I'm waiting.
The murder occurred the night before, but the body wasn't found until late the next day. Countless students passed the stage, so they went in the lecture hall for the mock trial. Ah, that's kind of true. So answer me this. Why didn't anyone see the body that entire time?
That could be explained by,
If the victim was murdered on the stage and left there, the body would inevitably have been discovered. And of course, there was nowhere to hide a body upon that stage.
This is not good, Athena. Our claim is this close to being beaten to a pulp. I know, but we've come so far.
Consider yourself schooled. I couldn't have possibly killed anyone. The killer is none other than Juniper Woods. It always has been, and it always will be.
Right then. I think we might end the episode a little bit early there, because we know we're pretty much getting right to the bottom of this. Next time, the finisher will come, and I don't want to give it a cliffhanger if it goes on a lot longer. I don't know how long it will be! But I feel that Prof Means is extremely guilty. We now have to figure out how the body would not be found, which, to be honest, I feel an earlier statement that I picked up on is going to be the important part. Juniper saw both statues. However, they were covered in cloth. Could that literally be where A, the body was stored, and B, the secondary factor for knocking over not one, but two statues? Especially considering the Phoenix Wright statue, the parts were nowhere to be found. Interesting thoughts as we find out, maybe, the truth. Next time, join me then! Bye-bye.